Hey, Anton, thank you for joining me today on Pop Culture Unplugged.
Thank you so much for having me.
Exciting times ahead. You've been busy with the last few months of projects, huh?
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
It's not a bad thing.
No, definitely not. May
So
may continue. May
that's
long may it
right.
live.
So yeah, I was doing some research on you, my friend. Like before we jump into some projects, like
Yeah.
multicultural background, born in Moscow, Russian, Greek family, raised in Spain, educated in the British system. Like you've been all
Yeah.
over the world too.
Yeah. So yeah, been lucky enough to sort of be raised within three different cultures and then live in different places. Yeah.
That's that's awesome. Like, do you think that has a blends of culture shaped you as a person you are today?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people ask me where are you from, and it's always it seems like I always give a long answer, but it's just genuinely I can't answer in that one sentence because if I say Spain, it will be just part of the truth. If I say Russia, it'll be part of the truth. If I say Greece or the culturally really American Anglo-Saxon,
Yeah.
so absolutely, it's shaped every single part of my life and also how my identity and how I feel about myself or and also how I move and navigate through the world for sure.
Mm. Any traditions or cultural values that's to this day stuck with you?
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to think about it, but for sure, like, I mean, so from the Russian side, the hospitality, I think for sure, you have to have the house absolutely perfect for the guests.
Yeah.
For the guest and just in general, I think the Russians spend so much of their time at home that you have to have a nice house and make it cozy and clean. And when the guests come, always everything the best for the guests.
Mm. Was most of your upbringing in Spain?
Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
Spain, but it was in a town in Spain. It was a very touristic town called Marbella, where I grew up with the British community. So I grew up around
Okay.
English people, and I went to school with English people.
Mm.
So yeah, it was Spain, but it wasn't really Spain,
Mm.
if
I get
you
it.
see what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did like the acting bug bite you? What made you get into the acting world?
Yeah, it was sort of by accident. It was one of those, cliche moments of where something finds you rather than you go out searching for it.
Okay.
I never grew up around acting or much immersion in the arts in general. It was more of a sports guy. And and then in high school, when I was studying in the UK, I did a play by accident. I wasn't even going to do it originally. It was a musical as well. And a guy dropped out and they were doing Moulin Rouge and it was the role of the Argentinian. And they kind of approached me and said, hey, well, you speak Spanish and maybe you can do a Spanish accent and then say some things in Spanish and you'd be a good fit for this role. And we need someone because we're in rehearsals already. And yeah, and would you like to do it? And I just sort of, I don't even know what made me say yes because it wouldn't have been something that I would have sort of done, at the time even.
Mm.
I did love movies, I loved music, and but I never thought of performing on stage. And so I did it and I sang and danced and acted for the first time in my life. And I really enjoyed it. And we won this. There was an inter-house competition in boarding school, and we won it. And I got really good feedback, and I guess that moment, that being on stage and doing that, and then getting the feedback, there was something about it that I never forgot that the seed was planted then. And then I came
Mm.
back to it like a year later, 2 years later, when I was at college studying something completely different, and I thought back to that experience. I was unhappy in that time of my life as well, and I thought back to that experience. And I thought, that was interesting. I really enjoyed that. So let me go revisit it, and it kind of went from there. And I started dipping my toe in it, and buying a whole bunch of movies, and started studying acting sort of intuitively a little bit by myself. And then I started going to courses, and
Yeah.
boom, 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 and years later, I commit
Mm.
to it, and now living it.
Mm. So how did you end up in LA with the American Academy?
Yeah, that was so. I'd always wanted to go to the States as a kid and as a teenager. So, and I was studying in college. I was doing a degree in business. Really boring. Didn't like it at all. And I'd be doing acting courses on the side and in at college as well. and then I had a gap, a summer gap, and I wanted to do a long acting course, something immersive to really see, because I've been enjoying it up until then a lot, and I've been getting
Yeah.
into it more and more, and my passion was growing for it. So I wanted to do a long course, and the only long course I could find was in LA and in at the American Academy, and I thought, well, maybe I could save up some money and then go there for the summer and work and do this course and
Mm.
experience America and experience the US and California and LA and everything. So I went there to do that and I did a 7 week course and really loved it. And then they encouraged me to audition for the full-time program. Obviously, I didn't even think about that, and I didn't know if that was something I was going to do, but I did it anyway, and I got in and got a scholarship, and so I ended up finishing my degree, and then off I went to do it
Awesome.
full time.
Yeah.
That's how that happened.
So you've worked across like several international projects, Spain, the UK, even some of the states. Like any
Yeah.
plans? Do you think you're coming back to the States? Or do you
I
or do
think
you
so.
or you want to stick like with the international?
I mean, it's going to be definitely international, but I definitely want to come back to the States and build more bridges and spend more time,
Yeah.
stateside. And I'm always going to be, Europe's always going to be my home, Spain,
Yeah.
and the UK is close. So, but absolutely, I want to come back and spend time in the States and hopefully work there as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So like what kind of characters or stories like do you feel connected with in this stage of your career, you think?
Yeah. I mean, there's not a specific character or story that I think it's, for me, it's always about who's the people, if it's,
Mm.
if, if, if the people doing it are great, I want to be a part of it, whatever it is, whether it's a comedy, a drama, or a period. I don't really, as long as it's good, I don't really care, you know.
Mm.
You want to, I get a kick out of working with people who are passionate about what they do,
Right.
whatever the story it is, whatever my part in the story is.
Mm. So one of your projects you've done is the room next door. Tell us a little bit about that
Yeah.
because you got some good actors in that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's been that was an amazing little experience because Pedro Almodóvar, of course, the man, the myth, the legend. I auditioned for him and for his first English language short film, and I was finalist for that, and I didn't get it, and I was really bummed out. But then they called me back for a part in this film, and I mean, surreal, a dream come true. I come on set, and Julianne Moore's there, and John
Yeah.
Turturro was there for one day. It's just crazy, and seeing Pedro, who's this iconic figure. So I had to pinch myself when I was there the first day, and it was sort of this out of body experience. And then subsequently, you come back and it's sort of another day in the office, and you kind of grow accustomed to it. But it was crazy because for me, Julianne is one of my favorite actresses of all time,
Mm.
and I'd seen her all my life, and John Turturro as well. And suddenly I'm, in between takes, I'm chatting with Julie and John, and Pedro's around, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was a real gift, and yeah, I'll always remember it for that.
Mm. Any feedback or advice from like veterans like that?
No, not really. I did, just watching them
Yeah.
yeah, just watching them, just seeing how, someone who's had, a 30, 40 plus year career. Sometimes you don't learn that all that much because they're so good that, it's kind of, they just do it, right? So,
Yeah.
but no, I guess seeing one thing I did take away from Julianne was that, just seeing her being on set, communicating with people on set, her attitude and her energy, it was great to see that, someone who's done so many films, who works, day in, day out, and to be so pleasant and so nice and kind and open to chatting with, me or whoever
Yeah.
else. Yeah, she was
Mm.
very open in that sense and very positive. And, you look at that and you think, well, if I have a great career, I want to be like that when I get to that stage.
Definitely.
I
Do you
know.
do you ever like when you're not in a scene and do you ever like just go behind the scenes just watch
Yeah.
just to see
Yeah.
if you could pick something up, learn something also?
100%, and especially on a set like that, right? So
Okay.
when you're
Yeah.
seeing great masters of their craft, but any set almost, yeah, I do like also I like sort of seeing the whole process of the movie, of the TV movie making, because I'm interested in how it happens, and I think it helps you as an actor as well understand, how all the moving parts play into it. And also when you observe all of that, you understand that it's sometimes as actors we think everything's on us. It's just like, oh, the camera, all the whole performance is on me. And it's
Yeah.
not true. The lighting plays a role, the music's going to play a role, the camera movement plays a role, your people, the people you're playing alongside with are important, everything. So you understand that you're part of this whole organism, and you're just a part of it.
Mm. Another thing I wrote down here is like because I enjoyed the series Warrior Nun. How exciting was that?
Yeah, that was cool. That was
That
cool.
was
Yeah. I mean,
that's uh, it's a good series. People wanted more.
yeah, I know. Unfortunately, like it didn't go any further, and there was no, it was quite a shock, to be honest. We were hoping that there would be a third season, and a lot of people watched it. The fandom was
Yeah.
amazing. So who knows why
Hey,
that
you
why
never
that
know. It could come back. You never know.
you never know, you never know. Yeah, but it was fun. A lot of stunt work and young cast. So
No.
yeah,
What's been your favorite project that you've been on, you think?
I think I really, really enjoyed a Spanish show called La Ruta.
Yeah.
La Ruta, it's just come out now. The last episode just aired this Sunday. That one was quite special for me.
Mm. What can you tell? What was the character that you played on there?
I played a DJ called Paul. It's based on a real life DJ, Paul Oakenfold, and it's based in Ibiza in the 90s and the 70s. There's two parallel timelines, and so yeah, playing someone, who's based on a real life person was interesting, and also especially because he's involved in the culture and music and part of the culture that came before me that I grew up on, and so seeing that and getting to explore that was really exciting. Yeah.
Mm. Now, is that coming back or is that just a one season type of show?
It was the second season. It was
Okay.
different from the first. I don't think they don't make the seasons thinking that they're going to do a second one,
Okay.
which is kind of cool because they do a standalone season, and they did that for the first season and it was very successful. And then they sort of thought about should we do a second one, but they only wanted to do a second one if an original idea came up for it. They didn't want to just make a
Yeah.
continuation of it. And so I'm assuming I can only imagine that they'll do the same for this one. So in
Mm.
theory, there shouldn't be, but who knows?
Mm. So what's next for you now? Are you taking a little break? Are you got some projects
Right
coming
now,
up?
yeah, right now, just an auditioning process for different stuff, and I'll have a show come out next year called Aquel. It's also a Spanish Netflix show it's a biopic on the legendary Spanish singer called Rafael.
Mm.
I play a part in that one, and yeah, auditioning for different things at the moment.
That's amazing. So you pretty much you do a lot of like an online audition and send the tapes in. How is it over there at the process? Same.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah. I think it's like everywhere now. It's mostly online. Still in Spain, 'cause I live in Madrid. Most of the industry's in Madrid. And so you do get called in still
Mm.
sometimes, and that's nice. I like it's good to sort of have that old school now old school
Yeah.
old school process of coming in and meeting the people and auditioning and getting direction.
Mm.
So
How,
it
how,
happens,
do-
yeah.
how does it work when you send your tape like overseas to like the States and they want to see you? Do you have to like actually fly in to see them after, or is it like more like
No, I
Zoom?
mean a Zoom. It would be a Zoom,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, because you don't want to fly all the way there, just that fly back.
Yeah, yeah. I can assume if it's something very huge and they need to like screen test you, and then yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
That's,
that's yeah, that's
that's,
it's a very special kind of project.
that's amazing. Hopefully, you be getting more things down the road and keep climbing up the ladder.
That's the dream, man.
That's amazing. So, how can the viewers find you on social media to keep up with you?
Yeah, I just have the Instagram, so it's Anton.Antoniadis.
Amazing. Anton, I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes today. Good luck with everything. We'll have to get you back on future projects.
Thank you so much, Elias. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having me.